Right, you'll have to bear with me because I have a bit of a stammer. I've come over from Leigh today to lend some support. We had a bit of a march back in March, and I said then that this big society idea wasn't going to work, that this insidious tax is going to force people out of their homes. We know of people in our own street who've had to move from a beautiful two-bedroom house, and she's now in a one-bed sit surrounded by, allegedly, you have to use that word, users and dealers, and she hates it. But she's got no chance of getting back into a house under the present system. So what's caused all this? We of us here know, but many people don't. Back in 2008 and 9, there was a credit crunch. Not started in Britain, it started on Wall Street. And it rippled around the world, and the Labour government had to borrow. It went to the IMF cap in hand, and it borrowed billions. We know that. But it was to bail out the banks. And week after week, I shout at the TV because Mr. Cameron leans across the dispatch box and blames Borough for all this debt without once mentioning that it's his bankers, that could be a euphemism, have been bailed out with all this money. And yet once again, it's the taxpayer and the unemployed and the disabled who's asked to pay off all this debt. Whereas if you simply got it back from the banks, there wouldn't be too much of a problem. Then we hear about sweetheart deals with the bigger companies. Or get away with not paying millions in tax. And the biggest bugbear of the lot, IBS, yes, I did say that right, is trying to force through this universal credit. A system that isn't working. It's costing millions and failing left, right and centre, because the systems that people have in their councils isn't coping with it. Only a couple of years ago, Wigan and Leigh homes were still operating on Windows 97, which, as we know, didn't work either. So there's no wonder that this universal credit isn't going to be up and running, but still he's pouring millions into it. And still he's trying to get £10–15 a week off each of us for having a spare room. They're out of touch. Totally. And I want to hear the politicians, wherever you are, screaming at him in the House to get the money back off the bankers. Thank you.